My name is John K. Arnold, and welcome to Part 2 on your individual quote system. We are now in the quotes that you have gotten from putting your information in. What you're going to see is a list of quotes. As I mentioned, it's going to be listing them by price, from the lowest price on up. The quotes you will see will be for whoever you put into the quote. So, for instance, if it was just one person, it shows it for one. If it's for a person and their spouse, it will be for that. A person and their children, it will be for that. Or a family. Whatever you see here as the price is a quote. Now, these are quotes. They're not guarantees of policy issue. That has to be done by medical underwriting. So when an application goes in, it goes into medical underwriting, where they have a look at it. They'll go over the information. The possibilities are they would issue as applied. Exactly same rates. Another thing is they might issue with exclusion rider on that, meaning that they could have something they say, well, we're not going to cover the condition. And that may be for a period of time, or it can be permanently. They could issue and say, we're going to have a rate up, which means, yes, we'll do it, but the rate's going to be a little bit different, a little bit higher. Or they could have exclusions and rate ups. Both can occur. It might be that a policy is declined altogether, or possibly is declined for one of the family members. These are things to keep in mind. Now, the quickest way to sort of sort this would be to send me an email. Send it to John, John, at floridahealthinsurance.com, and that's one big word, floridahealthinsurance.com, and just tell me about your situation. Preferably tell me about any health conditions or medications or issues or things. The more you can tell me, the better I can sort this out for you. Carriers have similar but different underwriting guidelines, and that's one of the things we want to look at. Now, on looking at what you can find here, if you look down the page, you'll see many companies, many kinds of plans. So the first thing we might want to do is just go over what it shows you and then possibly sort them out. As you can see, we have plans by Aetna, plans by Humana One. We have plans by United Health One. This is United Healthcare, Golden Rule. It's now United Health One. All of the plans that we have here have national PPO systems. So they're going to cover you across the country. None of these plans are HMOs and require you to go to primary, get referred. They don't work that way. What you're going to find when you look at this is you will see you're going to have links here. One will allow you to see more information. This gives you plan details. A brochure is going to pop up. Provider lookup. What that's going to be is if you need to look up a doctor, the information is here. If you look down on some of these, such as Humana and United Health One, there's a link that says View Optional Benefits. You can click on any of these links. New pages will come up which will give you more information. What you're going to see across the quote is plan type, whether it's a PPO, and in this case an HSA, which means Health Savings Account. Network is a word that's used for United Health One, and it basically will operate similar to a PPO. They're using United Healthcare's provider network. So you have in and out of network benefits on all plans that we're going to show. The deductible is here. This will give you some ideas about a deductible. Deductible, if you have a copay, which none of these plans show, but some will, then you don't have to meet the deductible to have the copay come in. That starts immediately. Coinsurance is the amount that you're going to pay after the deductible is met. And that goes up to something that's called a maximum out-of-pocket. Once you've reached that, then the plans start at 100% coverage. In these cases, this one is 30% after deductible. In this one, it's zero. What that means with zero means that after you meet the $10,400 deductible, you are covered. They're paying 100%, and you pay 0% of the eligible expenses. Once again, there's a lot of details in here. Now, we can look down and we can do some quick sort. Let's just do one of these up here and say we want to look at deductibles, and we just want to look at plans with equal to or less than $2,500 deductible. We click on that. You give it a second to process. Now, what the system has done, as you see, it's filtered it for you. So the deductibles here will be $2,500 or less. Now, there are different plans. This just gives you a broad search range because plans here will have different benefits. So, once again, need help, give me a call, send me an email, and let me know. I don't call people unless you ask. One thing to emphasize again is all your information is completely private, confidential. No one's going to see this except you and me. No one will call you unless you ask, and the only person you're going to talk to is me. You won't get bombarded by agents. None of this is sold, which is what happens on a lot of sites. Not at all right here. It's just you and me working on it. Now, let's have a look, and you'll see, for instance, here we have a copay, $35. Now, let's say that this plan looks interesting. This is a pretty good plan. United Health 1, copay select, good choice. And this is the price for our family, $450.85, based on a quoted price. The next step, we might say, well, that looks like a good thing to work on. Why don't we go ahead and do an application? All you would need to do, and I'll run through it here and show you, is click on this apply button. When you click on the apply button, a new page is going to go, and it's going to go right into the application system. Now, each carrier varies a little bit, but they're basically all electronic applications. Everything is done. You would go through, complete the information. At the end, it's going to ask you about payment. So you would typically use a credit card. You don't have to, or set up, another payment through a bank draft for that, and that takes care of your first payments. You can always in the future with these carriers make changes with them. If you want to change to be a direct bill every 3 months or electronic fund transfers. Now, each carrier has their own particular guidelines for that. But initially, you set it up, go through, put the application in, and they get started on it. It transmits right away. It's very quick, very efficient, very easy to do. You're going to need a little bit of information, and you can start and stop in these applications and go back. Well, anyway, that's the application system. Once again, let me know how I can help you. I'm very glad you came to visit. The website's www.floridahealthinsurance.com, and my name is John K. Arnold. Please let me know how I can help you.